Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of College Ball with J-Dog. I appreciate y'all tuning in. Got a show lined up for you as usual. It's a banger. You already know that. If you do that YouTube stuff for me, hit the like button, subscribe, hit that bell, go up, hit all. It'll help you get my videos. Trying to get to 100 by week one. We're at 47. We're at a stalemate, y'all. I need y'all hitting that button for me. And also get in the comment section. Tell me if you think I'm an idiot. Tell me if you agree with me. I'm trying to get y'all interacted in this channel. If you want to, go join the Facebook group too. College Ball with J-Dog. It's literally the name of the group. You just get on there. You can add yourself to it. It's public. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Y'all, we're 3 days away from watching football. Week 0 is right around the corner. Saturday, we're all going to wake up. We're going to get a little dose of game day. We're going to watch Iowa State, Kansas State. Some of y'all probably tune out after that because the other games ain't that good. I'm going to watch them all because I've been feeling like a crackhead for some football, y'all. I know y'all probably have too. Tomorrow, I got my prediction show lined up. We're going to go over week 0. From here on out, I'm going to be taking Saturdays off. I'm going to spend my Saturdays watching ball. Sunday, we're going to do a post-Saturday show, talk about all the games, all the results, what was surprising, what wasn't. And then Mondays, we're going to get back into the groove for the week. Y'all, week 1, we're going to have a jam-packed week, y'all. We got games Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Y'all, it's time to lock in. So make sure you're subscribing. Let's get into this episode, y'all. We got 10 days to week 1, 3 to week 0. It's here. Don't be the guy or girl at the water cooler or at work with your buddies talking a little junk and be the one that don't know what you're talking about. That's what I'm here for, to fill you in. So today, we've got Tennessee raising prices again. Some fans ain't happy about that. I'll let you know where I stand on it. Notre Dame named their starting quarterback. Missouri made their decision on theirs, if you want to name it. Call it naming a starter. The College Football Playoff Committee has a new way to rank strength of schedule where they actually use it or they let teams like Indiana get in the playoff at the 100th strength of schedule. Also, Syracuse has 1 goal against Tennessee's offense with their defense. That's it. That's all their coach said. They got 1 goal. Enough junk talking. Let's get into it, y'all. Y'all grab your snack, your drink, whatever you do when you watch these. First things first, let's go over Tennessee raising their ticket prices. Some fans ain't happy about it, y'all. Says Tennessee Athletics announced Monday that football tickets for the 2026 season will see an average increase of 4% across the stadium. Season ticket renewal will begin later this fall and end February 26, 2026. And fans will have the option of a 10-month payment plan to help spread out the impact of the increased ticket price. That's pretty cool. So, yeah, you're paying more, but you get 10 months to pay it. I mean, that ain't too bad of a deal. The 10% talent fee will continue to be applied on all ticket invoices. So, that's what most people are mad about. You literally just got a 10% increase for a talent fee, and you got the revenue sharing, you got the new Adidas deal, and we're paying 10% talent fee on top of that. Now there's a 4% increase. Look, as long as we're winning, I don't have a problem with it. You got to pay to play, y'all. I mean, that's just the day and age we live in. So I don't have a problem with it. I'm a broke as a joke type of guy. I mean, I work my butt off. Family works their butt off. We don't make it to games, which I'm also not big on crowds, so I do like to go to a game every now and then. But so me personally, if I got to go to a game, it'd probably be one every year, just based off of income and all that. But me personally, I'd rather us be good, ticket prices be high, and me sit at home and watch them on TV. That's just me. I know some people don't feel that way. Some people like to go to 3 or 4 games a year. But my question to you is, would you rather ticket prices be high and you have to watch most of them from home and let the upper class people go to the games? Or would you be able to afford to go to every game and us go back to winning 5 or 6 games a year? So me personally, I don't care how high ticket prices go, as long as we keep selling out and as long as we keep winning. Y'all let me know what y'all think about it in the comment section. Some fans are okay with it, some ain't. Me, I'm cool with it as long as we're winning. Like Al Davis said, just win, baby, win. So, y'all let me know what side of the fence you're on. I know it's going to be mixed reviews. I'm going to put a poll up on here too about it, just to see where y'all stand with it. Next up, so Notre Dame named their quarterback, y'all. It's really not a shocker either. Notre Dame's named C.J. Carr their starting quarterback. He's named the starter for the Miami game. He'd been competing with Kenny Minchie to succeed Riley Leonard after Notre Dame went to the national title game in 2024. So Notre Dame did make the national title game last year. They ended up with the best draw of anybody, in my opinion. They got a Georgia team without their quarterback. They had to play SMU. They ended up with a good draw, but yes, they did make it after losing Northern Illinois. I think they could have 2 losses start the season this year. They start with Miami and then Texas A&M. Then after that, their schedule gets a lot easier. So if they can just pull those 2 games out, I think they'll be all right. But this was expected, y'all. I just wanted to cover it. C.J. Carr is your Notre Dame quarterback. Obviously, they said nobody really pulled away in that battle. So I guess maybe he finally pulled away, or Marcus Freeman's just seeing, hey, how does he see how he does, and then go from there. Because, I mean, the season's right around the corner. You got to kind of name a guy to be your starter. And next up, Rick Neuheisel had some things to say about Ty Simpson being named Alabama's quarterback. Why? I'm not sure. It says former UCLA Bruins quarterback coach Rick Neuheisel. And what has Neuheisel done to have such a big opinion? And what was he at the practices? That's my thing. Did he go see Alabama's practices, or is he just basing this off of what Kalen DeBoer said? Former UCLA Bruins coach Rick Neuheisel was on McElroy and Kubelik in the morning and spoke about Simpson winning the job. I think there's a number of quarterback situations across the country that they are going to coach around the quarterbacks a little bit until they know what they have. When you read what Kalen DeBoer said about Ty, and he's deserving this chance because of his loyalty to the program, that isn't him winning the job. That is him having been there long enough so he gets the first chance. Basically saying that he got handed the job for being there, that he didn't go out and earn it. I'm not plugged in enough into what's going on in Tuscaloosa to tell you one way or the other. So if you're an Alabama fan, you tell me. After Simpson was named the starter, DeBoer spoke highly of the quarterback's loyalty to the program, which is what Neuheisel mentioned in the segment. So DeBoer said, that's what's great, and why I love rooting for Ty is just the journey he's been on, and the way he's been loyal to Alabama, loyal to his teammates. he continued to stay and keep fighting and do it in a way where he's never lowered his level of character and always kept being a great teammate. Newhouse will also mention the offense will not lean too heavily on Simpson in the start of the season. However, that might be more difficult now that Jam Miller's out for a little while. So do you think he was named the starting quarterback off of pity? Or do you think he went out there and earned it? Because, I mean, they got 5-star Keelan Russell back there. They got Austin Mack, who was committed to Washington when DeBoer was there, who probably knows DeBoer's offense just as good, if not better, than Ty Simpson. So do you think it was a pity? I don't know. I think I don't see a coach naming a guy the starter just because he'd been there more. If Austin Mack or Keelan Russell outplayed Ty Simpson, I think they'd be starting. Now, was it maybe close and Ty Simpson's got the little more experience and he named him the starter because of his experience? That's possible. But I do not see a coach just naming a guy a starter because he decided to be loyal to the program. Not with the amount of pressure Kalen DeBoer has on him this year. I just don't see that at all. So I could be wrong, but I mean, Kalen DeBoer's under a lot of pressure. Alabama does not want another damn 9-3 season, 8-4 year. They're not going to put up with that. Not after Saban. That's why it's so hard to follow a legend. So if you're an Alabama fan, you watch this, you tell me if you think Ty Simpson earned it or if he just got named the starter because of his loyalty to the program. Up next, Missouri. They named their quarterback playing. They didn't name a starter. So Missouri's going to go 2 quarterbacks. Both Pabula and Horn will both play. Pabula and Sam Horn the battle will continue into the first game, y'all. They play Central Arkansas on Thursday, so they'll be a Thursday night game. So they're just 8 days away from playing. He said, I informed the team this afternoon that both quarterbacks will play in the first game. I want to see them in a game day situation to make a final determination. So if I'm a Missouri fan, that don't make me feel too good, for one. Because they went out and spent money to get Bo Pabula from Penn State. Bo Pabula was a package guy at Penn State. He'd come in, be a power runner, a quarterback for the most part. But you had to like him to go spend the money to get him. And it don't sound like he has ran away with the job. So if I'm a Missouri fan, that does kind of concern me a little bit. Just because you go get a guy out of the portal and pay him money to come in, you really want him to run away with the job. Kind of like Aguilar did for Tennessee. He come in, he competed, he outcompeted McIntyre and Merklinger. So they got a situation where it's so close that Eli Dorkwitz, that's what I call him because he's a dork, Drinkwitz wants him to compete in the first game to see who he's going to name the starter. So that's telling me Pabula is not competing. I mean, I don't want to use a negative word about it. So he's not competing to the level that he thought he would. And that could be me just looking too much into it. But I know if I'm a Missouri fan, I'm not excited about that because you want to know your quarterback. The old saying is you have 2 quarterbacks, you have no quarterbacks. That's what they've always said. It ain't always necessarily true. I remember years back, Tennessee had 2 freshmen in Eric Ainge and Brent Schaefer. And they both had their role. Brent Schaefer come in. I mean, they was comparing him to Michael Vick back then, which was crazy. He wore number 7, and he was athletic. And he had a strong arm. He ended up getting hurt that year, which Ainge took the starting job anyway, but he still played. Then he got hurt, and he ended up transferring to Ole Miss and never really done anything at Ole Miss. But the saying you have 2 quarterbacks, you have none is not necessarily true if they play different styles of ball. But if they play the same style of ball and you're playing both guys, that's usually not a good sign. So don't know much about Sam Horn. So I can't judge that. But like I said, if I'm a Missouri fan, I do not feel good about that because by this time, you want to know who your starting quarterback is. So next up, I'm going to go over what Syracuse's coach said that their main goal is against Tennessee this week, which is not a surprise because that's everybody's goal when they play us. It says Syracuse is making a point this season to not get beaten over the top in the passing game. He said, we're just trying to not get beat deep. That's what Syracuse coach Brandon Brown said. That's the goal. Don't get beat deep. Play with good eyes. Come up and tackle. So basically, he's wanting to make us beat them like about everybody made us beat them last year. We're going to pound the rock, play defense, try to keep us beating them deep. Last year, everybody played us like that, and yet we still had open, deep shots in about every game, and Nico couldn't hit them. So that's why Aguilar won the job, because he can throw the deep ball. Suppose we'll see when the lights come on. Like I said, doing it at practice is a lot different than doing it in the game. But so that's Syracuse's whole defensive game plan is Tennessee probably going to run the ball a lot and play action, because if you play the umbrella defense on us, as another YouTuber calls it, or you sit back and don't want us to beat you deep, which they've said they put in some plays to still hit you for big yards, so we'll see about that. But that's just normal for teams that play Tennessee, to play the umbrella defense, try to keep us from hitting them deep, and Heupel will still find ways to get deep shots wide open, guys running wide open. Hopefully Aguilar can hit them this year. And last but not least, I want to go over the college football. Got a new enhanced metric they're using to determine strength of schedule. The College Football Playoff Selection Committee will announce its first of 6 rankings on November 4th using enhanced metrics to help evaluate strength of schedule and how teams perform against their slate. The College Football Playoff announced Wednesday. So I'm not sure if this is going to help or what, but something had to be done after the way Indiana got favored last year so much with their 100 ranked strength of schedule. I mean, Indiana was a pretty decent team last year, but they literally played all the lower teams in the Big Ten last year. They played Ohio State, and that was the only top 6 team in the Big Ten they played. So, I mean, you can't get rewarded for playing that bad of a schedule. In the current schedule strength metric, more weight will now be applied to the games against strong opponents. A new added metric of record strength will help the committee determine how teams performed against their schedule, rewarding those that beat high-quality opponents while minimizing the penalty of losing to one. These changes will also provide minimal reward for beating a lower-quality opponent while improving a greater penalty for losing to one. That's what they need. It's like, I know I keep using Indiana as an example, but that was the biggest example last year. There was teams that played way harder schedules, only had one more loss, and was getting left behind Indiana, who played absolutely nobody. Had a strength of schedule in the hundreds. So this metric right here shouldn't even been needed. And the Indiana was getting rewarded for beating bad teams. And that's all it was. Historically, the selection committee typically has evaluated in this manner, but adding it to the computerized metrics should help codify the process publicly. Another thing I want to go over, Nebraska canceled their series with Tennessee because of the way the committee ranked their teams last year. They literally said they canceled it because of basically how Indiana got to play a crappy schedule and a couple other teams play a crappy schedule and get rewarded for it. And the teams that played hard teams and lost didn't make the playoffs because of their hard schedule. It made Nebraska cancel their series against us because they're going to schedule some cream puff to replace us. That way they have a better chance of making a playoff. So hopefully the committee actually sticks to this and punishes teams for playing weak games, and actually don't punish teams for close losses to really good teams. All these modifications will help the selection committee as they rank the top 25 teams. College Football Playoff Executive Director Rich Clark said in a statement, "We feel these changes will help construct a postseason bracket that recognizes the best performances and teams on the field during the regular season. I'd like to thank our veteran selection committee members and data analytics group for helping implementing these." Okay. Another thing they need to do is get Ward Manuel, Michigan's athletic director, off the head of the committee. I'm not sure if they change it every year. I've not looked that up, so I'll have to look that up. But you got a team that's under investigation last year for cheating, stealing signs, doing this, doing all that, and their athletic director, who's fighting the NCAA, is the head of the committee. That's absolutely mind blowing. That's the show for today, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. If you haven't already on their way out the door, please hit that like button for me. Please share it with your buddies. Help me get to 100 subscribers by week 1. I'd absolutely appreciate it. Get in the comment section. Tell me what you think about the stuff we talked about on here. If you agree with it, disagree with it. I love going back and forth with y'all. I appreciate y'all tuning in. God bless you. And as always, go Vols.